Hey, what's up, family? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tisetso. You tuned into a safe space where we have hard conversations on life, love, and all things healing. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Please click the subscribe button, join the family. I know you're gonna love this place. So yeah, I haven't been up in these streets for quite some time. I think about 2 weeks. It's been such a busy 2 weeks, but also there has been a whole lot of overthinking that was in there. And I'll just share a bit of that because I know when I started opening up about this season that I'm in right now, I asked God that I want to be as authentic and as led by Him as possible, right? And what I said to Him was that I don't want this to be something that someone else can use against me or against someone else, or this be like a smear campaign where I'm victimizing myself and whatnot. And during the 2 weeks, I heard apparently that my videos were doing harm to the person that I married, my ex, right? And I had to sit back. Yes, I did sit back. I sit back. I'm like, I watched. I asked for counsel, and my conclusion: I'm not harming anyone. I'm telling my story, the truth, the side of the truth that I know. And if I was lying or if I was saying something that wasn't true, I believe the Holy Spirit would have convicted me. But this is my version of events. And if it is in any way, hurting someone else, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. That's how I perceived things. That's how I am processing things. So those are one of the things that made me like sit back a little, because I mean, sometimes you err and you don't know. So if you have counsel and people show you, then you are able to filter through what is right and what is wrong. So I will be still taking you guys on this journey. It's painful, it's beautiful, but I know that it is also very impactful to the people that are receiving on the receiving end. And then what do? We also, oh my gosh, so I had the privilege to organize or to help organize the South Africa or Johannesburg leg of We Need to Talk, hosted by Ezekiel Ozonwu and Preston Perry, and they came along with their wives, Jackie Hill Perry as well as Kayana Ozonwu. And yeah, it was such a great experience. I've always wanted to do something like, okay, I've always been in that thing in the game, but now to do it as like part of my company was such an honor. It was amazing. We learned a lot. I hope you guys don't miss the next one next year. It's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and they're going to be bringing more content, fresh, relatable content. And man, we were just talking about it the other day with Ezekiel, and he was saying that out of all the cities that they visited, South Africa was the one place where every bit of every city was represented, and they had prayed in all the other cities, but when they got here, the prayer was so intense that they were like, oh my word, what a revival. And I'm just like, this alludes to what the Holy Spirit was telling me about South Africa, that the revival is here in this our land. It is here. And yeah, it was such a great experience. It was very good. It was very nice. I was tired. So after that, I think it took me 5 days to recover from that. But yeah, it was good. I'll share pictures just so that you guys can see. There is also merch if you guys want to buy merch, t-shirts, hoodies and whatnot. I'll leave the link on my description box. And yeah, what else happened in the 2 weeks, guys? So I shared on my Instagram the other day, I said that I did something. I went to a place to buy something and I chickened out because my heart was, when you're so used to disappointment, and disappointment always finds its way to remind you how you were disappointed about certain things. And it took away the joy of me even wanting to buy the thing that I wanted to buy. And I remember I went to pray and I'm like, Lord, I'm so scared of making this purchase. I'm so scared of making of just, committing myself to this thing, because what if what happened a few years ago happens again and it's taken away from me again and I'm disappointed again. Yeah, actually, when I think about it, it's very deep and it aligns to what we're going to talk about today. So yeah, eventually I prayed and I was at peace, and we have a new baby. I bought a little car. I am so excited, guys. Yo, if you guys watched my vlog the other day when I was traveling from Limpopo to Mbambo's event, my car stopped in the middle of the road, in the middle of the highway. I was devastated. I had no one to call. It was just like, oh my gosh. Like, that was, I think when that happened, it hit me that, damn, you are divorced and you don't have anyone on speed dial. But a friend of mine came through, so that was great. But I think that experience traumatized me so much that I was just like, I don't want to. I'm a single parent. I can't be stuck with my children on the N1. Who's going to help me? People have their own families. I can't now be calling up people randomly to come help me and my family, So yeah, we got a car. What a beautiful feeling. And I remember I had a conversation with a friend of mine and she was like, you need to celebrate this because you deserve it, And it took a while. It took weeks. It took a week for me to actually come to a point where I'm like, actually, I do. Like, I deserve this. Like, wow. It's such an amazing feeling. My kids are so excited. So yeah, we bought a car, guys. So when you guys call me for speaking engagements, please don't forget petrol money. I'm kidding. So yeah, oh my gosh, 7 minutes of an intro. I'm here and I'm gonna be talking about, if you've read the title of the video, I'm gonna talk about dating after divorce. Obviously, I'm not like out there and dating and whatnot, but I'm gonna share my experiences as we go. And what an extreme spot. Yo, guys, when I'm talking about how disappointment creeps in and it whispers, it does the same even when you have to, come out and be like, okay, now I'm gonna start putting myself out there. So today I'm gonna tell you like a story. It's a little story time. A story about my first date after divorce. It was after like a lot of contemplation and talking to myself, like, okay, do I really want to? And you know what the tricky thing is right now, ne? Because of what I know, because of what I have experienced, whether good or bad, I subconsciously make decisions based on my experience. And the kind of people that I give my attention to, it's literally based on my experience. It's so difficult not to judge someone because you're trying to figure out, will this one also disappoint me like this one, so okay, after like I joke a lot and I tell people, no, I'm ready. Next year this time I'll be married again, something like that. But when the time was there for me to actually go on a date, did I not freak out? But anyway, we'll get there. So, and the other thing that I also noticed about myself in this season, right, is that I kind of forget that I'm not married anymore. So whenever like somebody wants to ask me out or whatnot, I forget and I'm just like, dude, why are you asking me out? I'm married. And I have to remind myself that, oh no, you're actually not married. You're very single. So no, you can actually converse with this person. You can stay on the phone for long with this person because you're single. The adjustment is not as easy as that. Okay, let me just tell you. So then I meet this guy. I'm gonna omit a whole lot of details because I don't want it to be obvious who it is. I meet this guy and he's like, okay, let's go out for coffee, because all of y'all like going for coffee. I don't know why people say that. And you get there, you don't order coffee, but okay, we went on a date. It was during the day. It was a lunch thing. Cool. I sat there and look, I just went there to see. I wanted to test whether I'm capable. I can't even say still capable because I don't even think I dated like that back then. Like I said in my previous videos, I don't think that I I dated to know someone. Like it was always like the goal is to get married. That building phase was not there. So I don't really know what it means to actually date someone. So I was like, let me go figure out. And now that I was putting now all the findings and my experiences to the test, with all the advice that I'm giving to everybody as a divorcee, like, are you going to take those advices? This is me. I prepare. I tell my friends, I'm like, literally going there to test. I'm sorry, guy. Yeah. So I get there. We sit down. I was bored. I was bored from my way there, and I was like, where am I going? But I'm like, poor guy asked so nicely. Let me go. Sit down. The conversation was dry, and generally, I'm a person who eats. I eat very slow, and if I'm enjoying a conversation, I'm gonna end up taking my food away, like for takeaway, because I won't finish it, taking it home, because I'm engaging in the conversation. Haika sana, not in that setting. In that setting, I sat there and I kept eating. Mans was talking, me I was eating because I needed something in my mouth to keep me shut because I was so bored. Yo, I was so bored. I think I saw the first red flag and I was just like, I'm out, but I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna stand up and leave. I stood there, and usually, when I'm with people and we're conversing, I am a tea person or like a chai latte person, right? So I will take time to drink my hot drink. I will even call the waitress to go warm it up again. Not that time. I drank it hot. I finished it. By the time I finished my food and I saw Guti, there's nothing else I can do. I was just like, I faked a meeting and I was like, oh no, I need to leave. Wada, 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 wada. I feel bad. I feel terrible because I was just like, I can't. Like, your conversations suck. You're trying to impress me and I'm not impressed. You know, when a person begins to impress you, got like material stuff, and you're just like, do you have nothing else to talk about but the stuff that you have and the stuff that you're doing? Like, come on. Yeah, so that date, like, I think it ruined it for a lot of people who ever want to go on a date with me, because I always reference to the fact that, man, that was terrible. Yeah, so that was my first experience. That was my first experience of going on a date. I've met a lot of people, liked a lot of people already, because now I'm allowed to. And when I say like, I'm not saying I'm like giving them a chance. It's like, oh, you're curious as to whether this person would be, okay for you or not. But then I had to sit down, because also I have to think about how my line of ministry doesn't allow me to be hopping. A friend of mine said, no, you need to have fun and do 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, what does fun look like? Everybody out there is just looking to get into your pants. I mean, like, I am so sorry to all my single friends that I didn't understand when they said dating in this season or in this generation is hard, because I get it. It's so hard because everybody you meet is either they just want to get into your pants, or they're just not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing to make the pots to be done. It's terrible, it's difficult. It's like, what do I do now? But anyway, as I said, I prayed, I called God. I prayed and I was like, okay, in as much as I know I'm single, I don't want to fall off, because in as much as, like, I'm divorced now and I am used to, for example, having sex, the standard in the Bible still stands. It stands that, you can't have sex before marriage. So I'm just like, sir, because there's no switch button, I come from a place where I was having it whenever I could, and now I'm at a place where I need to go back to the setting. Yeah, no sex before marriage because you're not married. It's so difficult. So I had to have a conversation with God, and I'm just like, hey, you know me, I know myself. This whole playing around thing is not gonna work. So now the tricky part is, someone said to me, for you to know if you're healed in a certain area, you would need to be in a relationship to know that those things not come back. I don't know how true that is because I've not experienced it. But now I'm like, now I'm expected to hop here and there, go there and there for me to find the right person. So then I met this other one as well, who he wanted to get married. He wants to get married from the get-go. Obviously I didn't like him. And you know what I noticed? When a girl doesn't like a guy, yeah, they don't like you and you annoy them. And that's just what was happening even with me, that I was annoyed at every person who I didn't like, who had a liking, in me and stuff. So yeah, it's I don't even know. I didn't want this video to be like any deep thing. I'm just letting you guys, it's like a diary entry that, yeah, I am dating again. I don't have anyone yet, but I'm just saying that I am opening myself up to that space. But it's so scary. And you guys don't say how terrible talking stage is. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't have the patience to listen to someone who is going to tell me or ask me about my favorite color. I don't know what my favorite color is, sir. Like, you're starting over is so scary. And what I realized, I'm all over the place, but what I realized about starting over that has been a hindrance, and I think I'm at a better place now, is that we have these expectations of how life is supposed to pan out. So even when you start over, you're bringing those expectations into this new thing, and it doesn't work out. I remember I had to sit down with myself and be like, look, that didn't work out, this didn't work out, so tear down all your expectations and start on a clean slate. You don't know how it looks like. You don't know how a perfect marriage or a beautiful marriage or a happy marriage looks like. So just get rid of your expectations, apart from God being the expectation and expecting God to do marvelous things in your life. No, keep that. But your man-made expectations and what you see outside, you need to tear those down. And I think right now my perspective is changing. Also, it's changing towards the type of people I allow in my space. It's gonna be so interesting. And this is just the first. I'll come back with another diary entry on how it's going. But I think now it's like, okay, and now I'm excited to see who I can actually meet and be myself fully without having to alter myself, unless obviously it's a toxic trait that I need to work on. But you get what I mean. Yeah, so this is what this video is about. Nothing crazy. I'm thinking about something and I think I'm blushing, but you'll know, you guys will know. You'll know very soon what I'm talking about. Yeah, so any tips? I think this is what I should ask. I need tips on how to enter the dating scene after divorce. Are there any tips? Is there a formula to this thing? Yeah, so this is just a snippet of it. When I do have fuller content on this, I will definitely be sharing my next video, which I have taken already, but I just needed to get a go ahead from the Holy Spirit to post it, will definitely be about back to my journey of marriage and divorce. But this is just like a entry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till this far. It was a weird video. I feel weird talking about this because I've never spoken about this in public, and I feel weird out and I am awkward in this video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and please like, share and subscribe. We are about to go even deeper into our, I don't know if it's a series, whatever it is that I talk about here. Yeah, bye guys.